Hello, welcome to my channel, Compass Starlight. This is going to be a midweek check-in. I have the Starseed Oracle deck here, and this deck is the Moon and Stars Tarot, and this deck is Mantegna Tarot. It is sort of a deck full of archetypes. So to begin, we will do this Starseed Oracle. These cards were shuffled off camera. We had two cards. We have Empathetic Starseed and Forge. Don't follow. Very much in alignment with the last reading I did, the reading for this week. And from this Moon and Stars Tarot, is that it? King of Cups, support, and from this Mantegna Tarot, I love this deck. Took me a long time to get used to it. We're close friends now. The Emperor and Saturn. We have card number 9 and card number 47. Let's see here. Just readjust these a little bit. Right away I'm getting time is on your side. There's a gift of balance. It is, like I said, in alignment with the message earlier this week, which was not to force things and allow things to unfold in divine timing. Saturn is a card of time. The Emperor having control, self-control, the wisdom to maintain control. The Emperor can, in this deck, have a negative connotation, but where it's coupled here with the King of Cups, there's balance and open energy, open heart, love. This sphere he holds in his hand also is pink, much like rose quartz, and there is here at his feet a bird of prey, perhaps a falcon, perhaps an eagle. I tend to take this bird as an eagle, a representation of strength. So let's get into this Starseed Oracle, these cards. Empathetic Starseed is the first one. I will read these two from the book. Empathetic Starseed. Energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Empathetic starseeds are here to shift the world through their physical presence alone. They don't need to do anything beyond being here, thanks to the energetic change their physical presence causes. Due to their highly sensitive nature, empathetic starseeds can struggle with being on Earth and in a physical body. Many are prone to addiction and depression or tend to mistake other people's feelings and moods for their own. Natural introverts, they tend to prefer spending time alone or in small groups. Crowds can be overwhelming for them. If this card appears, consider lightening the load energetically. Don't put yourself under such pressure to go out into the world. Be gentle with yourself. Allow extra time and care to recover energetically. If you're feeling pressured to keep up a certain pace, instead put on the brakes and treat yourself like a precious baby. Do whatever you can to take the pressures of the world off your plate. Switch off to switch back on. In today's world, it's normal to feel that we should be doing more, but perhaps being present in our life is enough. This could be a phase you're going through, or simply how you're being called to live your life. If your work involves giving to others, right now you're being called to keep something for yourself. You don't need to transmute it all. It's okay to look after your own growth and healing before feeling you should offer it to the world. Indeed, it's necessary if you want to do so sustainably. The Starseed Soul Inquiry asks, how can you take better care of yourself energetically? This next card, Forge, Don't Follow, says, pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. If you wait until the path is perfectly paved, you won't be forging your own path, and you'll likely not even take the first step. Don't let a small detail like being unable to find someone to show you the way be the reason you don't step forward and lead. Let it be the reason that you do. The most courageous and needed leaders are the ones who don't wait for permission or until the morning they wake up feeling ready. They take a deep breath, put one foot in front of the other, and figure it out as they go. They don't wait for someone to lead them. They lead themselves. This is a card for leaders. You're here to pave a path that hasn't been walked before, to go first and lead the way for others who are calling you in. If you feel misrepresented in the media, step forward for all those who also feel misrepresented. If no one's speaking out on the topics you feel passionate about, share your unique voice. There's no one on earth who comes close to possessing your unique combination of skills, gifts, and life experience. Don't look to those who have come before you to work out your path. Leaders must forge their own path. Do it for your daughter. Do it for the younger you. Do it for the leaders who will follow. When you go first, you make it easier for others to follow your lead. Forge, don't follow. Starseed Soul Inquiry asks, how are you being called to forge rather than follow? How can you be a leader you wish you had? I like these cards. Forge, don't follow. Are you being called to a new path? One that is unknown? A path in which you don't have all of the answers, but you're being called to it anyway? You can take the first steps. Step by step, you move in a direction. The path becomes more and more clear. It's a change, it's a shift. It's a shift in paradigm. The lives we've been living are lives we've outgrown. Sometimes the way we have been living our lives seems so routine and oppressive, like a heavy blanket under which we are caught, like a huge giant circus tent has fallen down upon us and we cannot find our way to the exit. And yet, living life this way has continued for so long that the fibers of this tent, of this tapestry, of this blanket have become so worn out and so thin. At this point, you can see what's on the other side. You're beginning to get a picture of what could be a life that you could be living, things that you want to do, aspirations that you have, goals that you'd like to achieve. And yet, you still must free yourself from being entrapped by this blanket, this circus tent. You must find your way out. You must forge your own pathway to escape this oppressive life that you've built for yourself. A life with limits, a life of working day by day, living paycheck to paycheck, constantly running up against the same kinds of obstacles with little satisfaction. And what are the things that bring you joy day to day? What are your achievements? What are you finding are the highlights of this life? Are there other things that are brighter, that shine in your sky? Other things, other goals, other things that you would like to aim toward? Other achievements you would like to grasp and reach? Reach for the stars. Only you can change this life for yourself. Only you can adapt. But you must first figure out what are the things that bring you joy and excitement and happiness. What are the things that light up your sky, like the sun, like the stars? How can you move out from underneath the blanket of the life you have created yourself and reach the fresh clarity of the path toward a new life that you would like to experience for yourself? There is understanding that must be gained through introspection, and there's also healing that needs to happen within. Likely you have been going through a period of introspection and healing and working to open your heart. Open your heart to new experiences, open your heart to new love, and that may just be a way of living more with more forgiveness towards others, as you could see yourself in their shoes. And this has brought you closer to the portal to this new world, where you can see beyond the veil, see beyond this heavy blanket of a lifestyle you have been living, see through those fibers to a potential life that you could have. Now is the time to do the work to create that life of potential, and bring it into your reality. Forge your path. Don't follow. It is up to you to find your way towards these brightest treasures. The King of Cups that sits in the middle of this reading is a card, a character who is stable in his emotions. He has self-control. He can manage himself, and he feels secure. He works with honesty and shows support. He has great intuition, as he is able to align himself and get in tune with the emotional frequency of others, which is something that is a feature portrayed by the empathetic starseed. He's sensitive and emotionally intuitive. He's strong, he's balanced, and he is grounded. He doesn't let mood swings get the better of him. He is able to have self-control with reason over his emotions. This King of Cups in this deck is offering support. It may be a part of yourself, or it may be someone in your surroundings who is able to offer you support, emotional solace. It can be somebody who is a counselor, or it can be your intuition. It is basically a source on which you can lean with security and trust. It is a grounded energy. Do you trust your intuition? Do you trust your emotional intelligence? As you forge your path, you are being reminded to have balance between absorbing energy of others and having the ability to be discerning, having the ability to feel and to move through life with an open heart, and yet to resist being swayed by the moods of others. You trust your path. You know your path. You walk your path. While you can walk your path with an open heart as you meet others, you stay on your path and don't let the distractions of others or their moods detract from your mission. Next, we have these two archetype cards, the Emperor, card number 9, and the card Saturn, card 47. The Emperor, card number 9, is the archetype for taking initiative, and yet this is the negative side of the card. It says excessive power sometimes enslaves. There is an element of strength in this card, and dare I say, fidelity. There is wisdom with the Emperor. There is self-control. The Emperor has the ability to take initiative when it is necessary, and you can utilize and call upon the energy of the Emperor while you are forging your path. Coupled with the support of the King of Cups, you might find that you don't have to use brute force, which is that negative part of that archetype. The excessive power sometimes enslaves. You don't need to enslave. Why would you? By using your charm, approaching life and others as well as situations with an open heart, you invite good energy that is in alignment with your frequency to assist you on your path as you forge that new path. You have the action of the Emperor, but the balance of the King of Cups to go with it as you move on this path, as you forge a new life. The card Saturn, card number 47, is the archetype for isolation. Always think before acting. This speaks of moderation and discernment that helps keep you out of trouble. Isolation. Always think before acting. Very much in alignment here. This is considering things with a balanced mind and an open heart before taking action with the archetype of the Emperor. There is a lot of balance in this particular deck's King of Cups. As you see, these drums or cups balanced on either side of this king. There's a lot of balance represented in that particular card. Saturn is the old wise man. Saturn is a symbol of time as well as agriculture. Saturn is a symbol of the seed sower as well as harvest. Saturn is a symbol for time, time passing, the wisdom of time. And as well, Saturn is often depicted as having this scythe, I think is what it's called, a sickle. Saturn's a symbol for harvest, for planting seeds and of harvest. That's why he has the sickle. Nonetheless, he knows when is the time to plant, when is the time to harvest, and in between there is a point of time, a duration of time during which to let things grow. Saturn understands this cycle. Saturn knows what is a good investment as far as growing seeds, what will yield a good harvest. There's a lot of wisdom associated with Saturn. This could be said that you're planting seeds for a new path as you forge your new path. It could be auspicious, as Saturn's support here suggests that your investment of time, your investment in these seeds you're planting is worthwhile, and that you will see them through to fruition and harvest. Saturn is the planet of karma. Saturn usually affects our lives. The aspects that Saturn, the planet, takes in an astrological chart as it applies to our own individual natal charts, as the planet applies to different planets, different aspects. It is a symbol of karma and lessons. So, for example, there is something called a Saturn return, and that is when the planet Saturn returns to the placement in your chart as it was on the day of your birth. And that is to say, that could be a challenging time, because Saturn returns as if to ask, have you learned the lessons? Did you learn the lesson? Did you learn your lesson? Have you figured things out, or do we need to go through this cycle again? So here's that opportunity. As I was talking about feeling trapped in this life under a like underneath a blanket, which is the life you have up to this point created for yourself, and at this point you're challenging yourself to bring about a change in lifestyle for yourself, to change your direction, to change your priorities, because you can see the potential for other things that life can offer. And Saturn is coming back to ask you, did you learn anything? Have you learned your lesson? So are you prepared to give an answer? It looks like this card reading, this midweek check-in, is suggesting that yes, you have learned a few things, and as a result of what you have learned and the wisdom you have gained from the life you have lived so far, you've decided to make some changes, make some adaptations, reach for new goals, aim for new heights. And that's really a good thing. That puts you in the seat of power. Perhaps that's one reason why the Emperor card is here. Oh, there we go. This is a deck I use for clarification. The Biscotti deck. It's not really that. It's the Visconti Tarot. This is the Six of Coins. That's great. That is very applicable. Let me see if anything else flipped while I was shuffling. The Six of Coins. It's perfect. Because the Six of Coins is a card that indicates reciprocity and balance. It's associated with karma, as is the card Saturn. For all your effort in life up to this point, and all your pains and all your sacrifices, now you get the flip of the script so that your blessings come back to you. Now is the time when, if you've done the work, you will get the balance of what you have put in. And let's hope that you made a good investment, because you get what you deserve. And that is also to say that if you don't deserve good things, well, you get what you deserve. If you have not aspired toward growth and introspection and bettering your relationships, you get what you deserve. That is the thing about karma. So this is the message that I have for the midweek check-in. I'm sorry these videos are getting longer and longer. Obviously, we had a few extra cards come out today, but what an interesting message. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading as much as I have. Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight. Be well.